Today, Monday, the 15th of July 2024, we have some handpicked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to make sure that you access even more games, especially weekend match prediction games that is upcoming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the best hand pick, over 1.5 goal match picks, corner kicks match prediction picks, as well as straight wins, then of course you want to make sure that you join to become a member of the level 2 package plan so as to have access to all these match predictions which we are preparing a long list and huge out. And of course, if you want to join, I'll put the link below this video description so that you can take advantage of our handpicked match predictions on all of these categories and see how you can take your winning to the next level. These match predictions are based on corner kicks, straight wins, 1.5 and 2.5 goal match picks, which we always provide them to you 2 to 3 days ahead of time before the beginning of the match event, so that you know exactly which games are the best to see how you can have much time to find your picks in the list to boost your winning. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of our today's list. Looking at the first pick, we are looking at Sweden in the Allsvenskan, a match between Halmstad playing against AIK. In this event, I first of all want to share with you the performances of these teams based on recent events they have just had. The home team, out of matches they have played 6 games at home, they have recorded 4 wins, 67% win rate as compared to AIK at away, which out of 6 events they have had 0 win, having a 0% win rate. Looking at some comparison of games, I want to share with you based on stat. First, I want to share with you the performance of the home team Halmstad at home. Based on the recent event they have had, they have shown a good performance, especially goal scoring capacity, like you can see 2, 1, 3, and 4, as compared to that of the opponent that have shown a high level of conceding power, as you can see 3, 4, 2, and 6. And looking at some comparison, the home team have had match with teams like Haken. They were able to beat it up to 3 goals to 0. This same Haken also had a game with the opponent, as you can see here. They registered a huge loss, a match that is 4-1, making a total of 5 goals. And another comparison I want to share with you is the game where they had a game against Giyas and also against Hammarby, as you can see here. Looking at the recent event they had with Hammarby, you can see that the away team still recorded a loss 2-1, making a total of 3 goals. And of course, as a result, based on this comparison, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. We also want to look at the possibility of the home team to lead this match or give it a draw, no bet for this event. In other words, if the home team lead, then we have a win. If it draws, then of course we still have a win. That is draw, no bet for the home team, or looking at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next pick, we are looking at Iceland in the Uvas Delete, a match between FH playing against HK. In this event, I will share with you the recent game they had. 2 goals were scored between this team. This time, looking at the performances based on recent event they have had, the home team FH at home, you can see out of 6 events, they have had 3 wins, 50% win rate as compared to the away team, which out of 6 events they have had 2 wins, having a 33% win rate. Looking at some game comparison, I want to share with you first. I want to look at the performance of the home team at home. 1-1-3-3, as you can see, based on recent event they have had, as compared to that of the opponent, which is the away team. 8-1-3, based on conceding power, as you can see. Looking at some comparison here, the home team have recently had a game with Filkey, as you can see, they beat it 3-1. This same Filkey also had a game with the opponent, as you can see. They registered a loss of 3-1, And looking at another comparison, they had a game with teams like against Car, a draw, Bredablick, you can see they beat it 1-0. And if I compare with that of the opponent based on recent event, looking at that, first I'll share with you Car, as you can see, they register a loss. And with Bredablick as well, they still register a loss, which the home team had with Bredablick, they had a win, and with Car, a draw was recorded. And as a result, looking at these stats, we want to look at two major picks in this event in full time. First, we are looking at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, or 2 goals over in the bracket. In other words, if it exceeds 2 goals, we are going to have a lead. But if it does not exceed but remain at 2 goals, we are going to have a refund, or looking at 1.5 goal is just the best pick for this event. Looking at the next, we are looking at Sweden in the Alveskan, a match between Hammarby playing against IFK Gothenburg. In this event, I'll share with you the recent event. They had 4 goals were scored between these two teams. This time, of course, these teams still show a great level of offensiveness, especially the home team, based on recent events they have had. Looking at Hammarby at home, they are very offensive, and out of 6 events, they have recorded 5 wins, 83% win rate, as compared to IFK Gothenburg, which out of 6 events at the way, they have had 2 wins, a 33% win rate has been registered. Looking at the comparison of Hammarby at home, they are really good. You can see recently 2-3-2. And of course, looking at that of its opponent, they concede a lot. Looking at the conceding power of the away team, you can see how they concede 2-2, 5-2. And looking at some comparison of gameplay, first, I want to share the match where Hammarby had a game with Värnamo. They beat it 2, that is, they had a draw 2-2. With Cyrus, they beat it 3-0. And with AIK, they beat it 2-1. Looking at this comparison, comparing with the recent game of that of the opponent, you can see IFK Gothenburg also played against Värnamo, they had a loss 2-0, for which with Värnamo here, a draw was recorded for Hammarby, telling us that there is still a possibility of Hammarby to lead as well as goal possibility. Looking at the match they had against Cyrus, they beat it 3-0 at home. And of course, looking at the performance with Cyrus of the opponent, you can see a draw was recorded to tell us that the home team still have a greater hand. And looking at the performance of the home team at home, they have had 83% win rate, 5 out of 6 wins at home. Based on these stats and other criteria has been put in place, we are still looking at 2 major picks for this event in full time. First, we are still looking at Hammarby to lead in full time. Second, we want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 or 2.5 goal to occur for this match in full time. Looking at the next pick, we are looking at Iceland in the Uvas Elite, a match between Fylki against I. And of course, here looking at the performance of the recent game they had, 6 goals were scored between these two. This time, these two teams, based on recent game event, these are 2 teams of almost equal strength. Fylki at home have recorded 33% win rate, 2 out of 6 wins, same way as compared to that of the opponent. Also a 33% win rate, 2 out of 6 wins have also been recorded at the way. Looking at the performances of Fylki at home, they have shown that they scored good at home. Looking at 3-3-3, based on recent event they have just had, comparing that of its opponent as well, based on the matches they have had at the way, you can see that, of course, they also score. You can see 1, 3, 1, and 1. And of course, looking at some comparison here, Fylki had the game with Vestry, with HK, and HK they beat it 3-1, 3-1, and 3-2. Looking at that comparison with that of the opponent, based on the events they have just recently had as well. Looking at HK, as you can see, they also had a lead 4-0. And looking at other comparison, like the recent game they had at home, which HK as well, they still lead by 8-0. And of course, looking at this and comparing that with Vestry as well, 3-0, that is, they also had a lead, same way as the home team also had with Vestry, a lead was also recorded and goals. We want to look at goals possibility for this event in full time. First, we want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over in the bracket. That is, if it exceeds 2 goals, we have the lead. But if it does not exceed 2 goals, we have a refund. or looking at 1.5 goal is just the best pick for this event. Looking at the next pick, we are looking at Finland in the Kakkonen, a match between Ikisat playing against TPV. In this event, I'll share with you the recent game they just had. As you can see here, 4 goals were scored, making a total of over 2.5. Looking at the recent performances based on recent games they have had, these are two teams almost of equal strength still. And looking at Ikisat at home, they have had 2 out of 6 wins, a 33% win rate as compared to that of the opponent, which out of 6 events at the way they have had 3 wins, having a 50% win rate. Looking at some comparison based on performance of Ikisat at home, you can see that the score 0, 5, 0, and 1, comparing with that of the opponent, who always lead and scored much goals, as you can see, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And looking at some comparison of gameplay, I want to share first a match they had with Ilves. As you can see, 9 goals were scored. This same Ilves also had a game with that of the opponent as well. 3 goals were scored, as you can see, as combined. They also had a game with Pileroid, 5 goals as combined. Looking with that also of the home team with Pileroid, as you can see, 5 goals. And most of the time, these two teams have always shown a greater number of goals possibility for this event. And as a result, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we are looking at 1.5 goal possibility in full time. And secondly, we are also looking at 2.5 goal possibility for this event in full time. So these are some of the hand-picked games we have to share with you. Today is Monday. As you know, there are not too much games on days like this. But of course, if you want to stay ahead of the lead, to know which games are the best upcoming for the weekends, as well as other days like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then of course you want to make sure to join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, so that you are going to have matches ahead of time, 2 to 3 days at your disposal, so that you can take your winning to the next level. If you want to join, then you want to make sure that you choose the package plan, Level 2 Pro. I'm going to put the link below this video so that you stay ahead of time for the games which are to be the best, to be played 2 to 3 days ahead of time at your hand, so that you can have chance to go through it and find your own huge odds in the list to take your winning to the next level. Also, matches based on corner kicks will also be posted to members only. So of course, taking this plan will make you to become a member, and you start to access members only video, as well as members only posts and match predictions based on corner kicks, straight wins, goals possibility, to see how you can take your winning to the next height. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Good luck, and see you again in the next upload. Bye-bye for now.